Hi guys, Katie here. Thank you so much for coming back to my channel. We're going to do a little bit of thrifting today. It was a long week, but there were some good things found that I wanted to share with you guys. A couple of the places I went to this week include the Animal Rescue Thrift, which is my absolute favorite, as well as a couple of local Goodwills. I'm going to jump right in. I saw this great little sewing basket, so sweet, but unfortunately the inside was in really bad shape. I actually thought I would use it to keep stuff in, but I think it was right around $5 or $6, so I went ahead and left it. However, right below it, I did get this great mustard yellow kind of fringy trim. I've been buying trim as I find it. I'm going to start using it on things like lampshades and maybe even adding it to pillows. But I do love how reasonable the crafting supplies are at the animal thrift store. They have so much to choose from, and I've been grabbing little ribbon pieces to use with price tags and things like that for my vintage booth I recently moved into. I don't even know what that was, that quick little picture of the Beanie Babies. But anyhow, moving along, I'll keep kind of showing you guys the other little odds and ends I found. But back to the booth, I will be doing a video of that this weekend. I did move into a tiny little vintage booth, but I have it absolutely filled with treasures, and I would love to show it off to you guys, so stay tuned for that video. But I will show you guys in the basket a few other little things that I found. I always buy glass canisters with lids when I find them. I like putting all kinds of things in those and putting decals on them. I did see this cool, I think this is an apple core or apple peeler, right? I'm not sure. I left it behind, but I just even loved it for the color on it. I thought it was really cute. Something else that did make it into my basket, I did get, these are RS Prussia, which RS Prussia China used to sell, for hundreds and hundreds of dollars. The market is a little weak these days, but I did get this set for $4.99, and it is stamped on the bottom. It does have a few little tiny nicks in it, but I did go ahead and get it. It's a cream and sugar set, and there was actually an extra sugar bowl with it. So I will be adding these to my resale pile. I thought that was a really good price for those. With spring coming, I've also been buying tons of fake greenery when I see it. I'm kind of picky. I like it to look pretty real. But our thrift store, our animal thrift, has those for anywhere from $2 to $5, so I've been grabbing them. I did like these little brass butterflies. I feel like everyone in the 70s, 80s had those little brass butterflies hanging up. Today was half off linen, so I did go through those. They have a really sweet selection here, and they display them so beautifully. I'm always looking for pieces that I can use in crafting and in displays, and of course for home use and resale. I like having a bunch of different tablecloths on hand for our house, especially to cover up our table when needed. I spotted these old bed sheets. I'm almost positive we had these in the 80s, or my parents did. Someone did. I just recognize them. I think they had $7.99 for that set, and it would have been half off today. I did get this old Italian toolware wall sconce. It's marked in Italy on it. These can be fairly valuable. Usually if they're, type of candle holder or wall sconce, they even made chandeliers using this Italian toolware. And as you can see, it was just a couple of bucks, so this did come home with me. Whether I'll keep it or sell it, I'm not quite sure yet. They did have a bunch of different plates. That cherry pie plate was cute. I always like those recipe plates. And I'm trying to think of what that pattern is called. Cornflower, blue cornflower. But they did have a nice little mixture of dishes, some neat collectible plates. Nothing that needed to come home with me this time. But I always just like showing you guys what I see when I'm out and about. I did like this little stack of mother plates. They did have those. Oh, and there's one for Dad too, if you would like to include them both. These were usually made in Japan. They had $1.99 on those. I do like the old transferware plates. I always thought those were so pretty. They still have a lot of the depression glass left. If you guys have seen my other videos, you might have seen the depression glass that they had out previously. These 2 tables were full. Prices were a little bit high for resale, but low if you were buying for yourself. I did finally just snag myself a little green kind of lotus plate. I got it for $5 after discount. But I imagine they'll be marking all that down soon if it doesn't start moving. They did have these cute little Lady and the Tramp. I think those were $4 each. Little made in Japan figurines, very cute. And I still love the pastel Tupperware. They were I think $4 or $5 each, which is a little high for me. And the lids were in pretty bad shape, but they sure are cute. I wish I could find more, for like a quarter at a garage sale, because I just love the colors on them. These were Pioneer Woman plates. They just had a few bucks on these for the stack, but they're actually plastic. But I thought those would be cute for camping or something. They did have this beautiful set of salt dips for $10. So these would have had salt in them and have been placed at each little place setting at a fancy dinner, which I just think is so charming. Here's a little close-up of my dishes I bought. From there I went on over to Goodwill. They did have a nice Smurfs glass, but he was pretty faded. They are really getting the shelves ready, I think, for the new year, because most of the shelves are pretty much empty right now. You can see the mugs are still full, but as far as the rest of the shelves, it's really been kind of slim pickings while they continue to get new stuff out for the year. They did have a pair of these gold wall pockets, the sailboats, that I thought were really kind of pretty. Priced at $1.99, I think, $2.99. I ended up leaving those behind. There was 2 of them, but I did think those were pretty. But you can see it's running pretty low. Now, usually these shelves are pretty full. I did want to show you guys this fancy tape holder. I thought that was gorgeous. I mean, that's a fancy, fancy tape holder. And the price wasn't bad. Now, what I'm going to show you next is bizarre, and I will be the first to admit it. These are called Living Dead dolls. No, I did not know anything about them until I was researching it in the Goodwill aisle. Apparently, there is a whole set of these dolls. They have a wonderful resale value. And they all kind of are in the same theme, just kind of these creepy, kind of monsterish looking dolls. I ended up buying this one. Her name is Onyx, and she, in new condition, was selling for about $150 online. So I did buy her because I figured even in used, with the little bit of damage she has, I should be able to flip a nice little profit for her. So my kids are very obviously freaked out by her. So hopefully she sells soon and I can get her out of the house. But moving forward, there were just some other cool things. That pillow was unusual. Here were some old kind of Star Wars sheets, I believe, that were really kind of fun. And then, of course, I did find a couple little odds and ends. This little basket, I thought, and the kind of robin egg blue was just precious. They did have some green depression glass, but they had $5 on it, and it was chipped really, really bad, which was a bummer. But I will say my exciting finds this week and of that day, I did find 2 Pyrex mixing bowls. These are part of the primary color mixing bowl set. You know, there's the large yellow, the medium green, the red, and the blue. I did find the red and the blue. They were $4.99 and $3.99, which is just unheard of. I thought that was a little chip, but it was actually a little piece of sticker. So I did grab these. These will be going into my vintage booth. And because I got them at a great price, I can sell them at a great price, and hopefully someone will be really happy to get those at a great deal. So I know that was a quick one, but I just wanted to jump on here and say hello to you guys and show you what I've been finding. I hope you guys are finding tons. As always, like and subscribe if you like what you see, and I will see you guys later this weekend. Happy thrifting!